Welcome back. And in this episode, we'll be looking at large language model platforms or the AI platforms we'll be using for this project. What basically this is going to be doing is that this is where we'll be writing our codes, and some are free, some are paid for, and it all depends on what you want to use. They basically do the same thing. You have to figure out which one works best for you and for what kind of tax as well. But for me and for this project, for this whatever we're going to call this a course, a project, or these lessons, we're going to be using Claude Code. All right, we're going to be using Claude to write our codes, and I'm going to show you how to go about that. Even though it's what we call rate limiting, where once you exhaust your free credit, or not even free, once you exhaust your credit, your compute credit that's available allotted to you, you get timed out. That doesn't mean that your project ends. So there's a way around. There's not necessarily a way around it. You have to wait, but we're going to look at how to write our prompts such a way that we can always continue from where we left it off. So this is one way where you use the LLM, large language model, or AI tool to write a code in a browser. There are other ways where you can use it within the IDE or the code editor. We'll talk about that next after this. So one of the most popular one for coding, and these are just a few to mention. There are so many out there that you can explore what works for you. But for me, I love Claude. I love Claude, and I use some other ones as well, which we're going to be exploring right now. Another is ChatGPT, very popular. You can use for so many other tasks apart from coding, for writing anything, brainstorming, image generation. Claude doesn't do image. Claude does writing text only. But ChatGPT does a lot of things. And ChatGPT also have a standalone coding platform which they call Codex. Claude also has its own version which is called Claude Code, because but they disabled it for the free version. If you want to use it, you have to pay. For ChatGPT, it's called Codex, which is a standalone coding platform. So if you want to go deep into coding using ChatGPT, you switch over to the Codex mode and do that. Then we have the Chinese guys also with their version of large language model. In the browser, we have the DeepSeek. You can also use to code, attach documents and write a code from that. Then we also have Google AI Studio. Now, for the Google AI Studio, they have removed the free tier. So there's no more free version on Google AI Studio. I still use it. I use it. I've been using it the last 1 month actively once again, and it's quite cheap. So I don't know. Maybe we might not necessarily look at it in this course, but you attach your credit card. If you look down here, my credit card is already attached, so I pay per token. We're not going to AI, we're not going to that. So all the tokens I generate, there's a rate for it which I have to pay for. So I'm paying for that. So instead of other things you can also do with this particular AI platform, but I don't use it. I don't touch any other thing else over here, just mainly for coding, but you can use for image generation and all of that. Then we have newer platforms as well that do the same thing, and one of them is called Lovable. So Lovable as well, I don't use it. I don't use it because I think it doesn't give me much power that I need. Yeah, I don't use it. But if something you might look at, go to YouTube, see how what it does. They all basically work the same way, but just preferences and certain things you would get used to with time. Next off is Copilot. For Copilot, I don't use it in the browser. I use it within my IDE. We'll look at IDE next in our next video. I'm also paying. I'm on the I think the $10 price plan for Copilot. I don't know if there are two different things. Over here it's showing that it's free, but I know after that paying for Copilot because I use it within my VS Code, which the next video we'll look at. But this is GitHub Copilot, belongs to Microsoft. Then lastly, Grok. All this, if you notice, they all have the same interface. So the difference is not that much, but just a few things here and there. So next off is Grok. the same thing. You can use for multiple things. The large language model, so you can use for so many things, but you can also use for coding. And I'm also going to drop the link to this document. In this document, I've compiled so many things about AI in the last 3 years, from image generation to code generation and whatever you want to learn or have access to. So I've listed some of the platforms here as well. So under the coding AI, I listed some of the tools. Some of them I didn't add it to what we just did. And it's also an interesting tool that you can just play around with. I've listed so many things in it. There's Qwen. Okay, I also didn't mention Qwen. I also have Qwen installed on my PC, but I didn't mention it. So all these are AI platform, but we're going to be sticking with Claude Code. That's what we're going to be using for this program. It's very interesting. I just discovered some few tricks and tips, so I'm going to show you how to use Claude Code. And so what I want you to do now is to sign up with your Gmail account. Just stick to the free tier for now. You might not necessarily need to pay, but just hold on with the payment for now. So just stick to the free plan, and we're going to explore it. So see you soon in the next video.